Customer service, done right, can be your company's single biggest competitive advantage. Welcome to the Customer Service Revolution. Join customer service authority and best-selling author John DiJulius as he interviews leaders who are revolutionizing their industries. This is more than a podcast, though. It's a movement. The Customer Service Revolution is a radical overthrow of conventional business mentality designed to transform what customers and employees experience. If you're a revolutionary customer service leader who's ready to stop competing on price and obsessed with building a brand that people cannot live without, this podcast is for you. Welcome to the Customer Service Revolution podcast with John DiJulius. Do you have a signature experience, or is your company playing employee roulette? This week, John discusses what a signature experience is, how great customer experience organizations consistently deliver outstanding results with average employees, what employee roulette is and how to remove it, how you can significantly improve your customer experience with the same existing employees, and how to tie your employees' jobs to an overall sense of purpose. Now here's your host, John DiJulius.
Create your signature experience. A signature experience is a distinct customer experience your customers only get from you consistently, is the key word. And here's the other thing, it has to be realistic, achievable, manageable, and affordable, right? It can't be crazy stuff. One of my favorite quotes is great customer experience organizations consistently deliver outstanding results with average employees. And what that means is you don't have to build these sophisticated, crazy, simple systems that you don't have to then go and hire, people and pay them 3 times as much to do. Frontline, Chick-fil-A, frontline, customer-facing employees make no more than anyone else. And coincidentally, the ones that make price irrelevant all have a signature experience. If you're a customer, there's something unique you get from them that when a competitor knocks it off, you know where it came from. So it's about this is the how. It's about making the micro moments memorable. The experience is in the transitions, the handoffs, when it goes from sales to operations or whatever that looks like. It's in the handoffs. It's not the result. It's not that you got your steak cooked the way you wanted it. You better. But it's how we greeted you, that we remembered that was your anniversary, that whatever that may mean. Building relationships by making emotional connections. How, right? We'll go into that. Non-negotiable standards at every touch point. Remove employee roulette. So today's illiterate are those who have an inability to make a meaningful connection with others. That's not a diss on 30s and younger. And no fault of their own, they are relationship disadvantaged. So we do have to address that. But we're all suffer from that, especially since the pandemic. And it's a muscle, a skill we have to, reacquire. What has always been historically the ABCs of business? Say it louder.
A, B, C. A, always, B, B, C, closing. Always be closing. Always be closing.
It's a great movie. Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross, and the cast of characters. All right, but that's not what it is anymore. Today, it's always be connecting. How? We're kind of blowing through this we keep on mentioning forward because all our existing clients have heard it and do it and incorporate it in their CRM systems and teach it to their employees. But I want to make sure that the new revolutionaries here and on virtual understand it, right? So you focus on, you teach your employees to focus on the other person's forward. So we're all genetically coded to be preoccupied about ourselves. And that's a hard urge to not say you wouldn't believe my flight, my customer, my son. Got in trouble, whatever. We got to resist that by focusing on learning the other people's forward. And it's not a stalker checklist. Hey, do you have a family? What do you do for a living? It just comes up in a natural flowing conversations customers overshare. Employee roulette. You've heard this. Jess said, rep roulette. Employee roulette is when the level of experience your clients receive is dependent on which employee they encounter. Do you have it? I used to do it. I have it less. But 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, some of my coaches would say, in Cleveland, I go to your Chagrin Falls salon. And then I'd say, who'd you go to? And then I'd hold my breath. Don't say. And here's another important aha that I want you to know. You can significantly raise your customer experience with your current group of employees. You don't have to go and it's on you, not them. Got to start with a sense of purpose. I can't stress this enough. The currency for millennials is purpose. Write it down if you haven't heard that before. The currency for millennials is purpose. Look at all these kids. They are rock stars. Hopefully you've experienced it. But millennials are not willing to trade hours for dollars. Bullshit on that noise. But they will make great sacrifices. Give up jobs that on paper look better if you connect their role to the sense of purpose. So we got to have a North Star. So that's why all of our existing clients in here have a customer experience action statement. Different from your mission, different from your purpose, core values. Those are important, but those aren't actionable. Our purpose at the DiJulius Group is to change the world by creating a customer service revolution. We have a definition for it, but that's not an actionable statement. It doesn't tell me what I'm supposed to do. If I answer a call, direct you to the restroom, whatever, respond in an email. And here's how we do it that you can do. During the workshop, we ask these questions. After coming in contact with you, ask your employees this. How do you want that customer to feel emotionally? And how do you want them to describe that interaction? You start with the end in mind. So the best way to think about that, and all our existing customers in here already have this, but bring it back out, refresh it, show it to them, that you start with a day in the life. Because then you realize the importance of this interaction.
Want to improve your company culture and become the brand your employees and customers can't live without? Email Claudia at thedijuliusgroup.com to find out about consulting, executive and online training, and other resources we can offer you. You can also schedule a call with Claudia by going to tdg.click/Claudia. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to give the Customer Service Revolution podcast a thumbs up and write us a review. To hear more episodes, subscribe now on iTunes, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. Thanks for listening and for being part of the Customer Service Revolution.